Hey everybody, welcome to the 9 Mile Swamp. You caught me tuning.
Yes, and I'm going to share our show with our groups before we get started here. Oops, that's not where I need to go to. Okay, Facebook. Yeah, that sounds nice. Okay, here we go. If you're joining us, just drop us a line. Hi, Mom. This is what I want to do. Is that what I want to do? That's what I want to do. So it looks like I'm just busy on my phone here, but I really am sharing.
You actually got yelled at.
I'm not yelled at. Just
Somebody was unhappy with
questioned.
you on the phone.
Just questioned.
Question.
Like, what are you doing on your phone? I'm getting there.
That was called Steve Berg's rag.
Ah, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Almost done. And that's it. There. Got a crew already here. Hi, Marilyn. Marilyn Barton, Michael
Marilyn.
Klein, Joe. Oops. Talk to you later.
I'm gonna build my circle around you. It's been so long, but now I found you. I've discovered another world that I've discovered. We'll be spinning circles into the night. Soon you'll be holding me tight. We'll be lovers until dawn. I know where you're going, and baby, I'm coming. We're gonna swim in warm waters. Learn the joy that nature taught us. The liquefaction in your motion pulls me to your sweet, sweet ocean. We'll be spinning circles into the night. Soon you'll be holding me tight. We'll be lovers long before dawn. I know where you're going, baby, I'm coming. We'll be spinning circles into the night. know where you're going, baby, I'm coming. I circled you, but you now take me. I'm on your line, I will not shake free. Swimming to you. Just pull me in, you'll see my love's true. We'll be spinning circles into the night. Soon you'll be holding me tight. We'll be lovers long before dawn. I know where you're going, and baby, I'm coming. Yeah. Oh, I do have a cake in my pocket. It's a good thing.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, thanks for joining us, everybody. And thanks for dropping us a line, too. Hey, Joe Giglio, very nice show today.
That was. Boy, you were playing
Yes.
some hot stuff, man. So the last song was called Julia the Complete Angler, and it's based on a poem by Robert Herrick called Upon Julia's Clothes, which is somewhat based on the most popular book in the 17th century when that poem was written, which was called The Complete Angler. And it was the first book about fly fishing, and fly fishing was all the rage, especially in Ulster County, where the Esopus runs through and is one of the best trout streams in America during the colonial period. George Washington fished there. So that was that song. Our next song is called Summertide, and it's somewhat of an homage to the birds and to my having been a young and happy, well, college student hippie person. So it's an homage to the late 60s and to the birds, and it's called Summertide. Here it is. On a summertide, we were carried on the wind. We sang songs of mirth and power that would set the world to sing. On a summertide, we were carried by our light. We were proof against the darkness. We were fire in the night. On a summertide, there were voices in the street, inspirations in the breeze. There was meaning to our dreams. There was whispering in the trees, reason in the sun, imagination in the moon. And if time was on the run, we'd run faster, breaking through. On a summertime, we spun freedom into form. We wove hearts and minds together in a rising summer storm. On a summertime, we swayed softly in the breeze, choosing sounds and words of kindness. We would gently rock the trees. On a summertime, there were voices in the street, inspirations in the breeze. There was meaning to our dreams. There was whispering in the trees, reason in the sun, imagination in the moon. And if time was on the run, we'd run faster, breaking through. On a winter day, it is clear and oh so cold. There is space and time between us, and so much left untold. On a winter day, I can see across the years, and though all my thoughts are barren, you will sometimes reappear on a summertide. There were voices in the stream, inspirations in a breeze. There was meaning to our dreams. There was whispering in the trees, reason in the sun, imagination in the moon. And if time was on the run, we'd run faster, breaking through. We were proof against the darkness. We were fire in the night on a summertide.
Yeah. So who else do we have here? Kristen and Stuart. Hi, thanks
Hi,
for
Kristen and
joining
Stuart.
us. Hi, Ruthie and Finn. Finn's birthday today.
Is
Are
it?
you giving that
Nice.
birthday, Finn?
It was Bryn's birthday last week, and her birthday is a whole week. It's a whole week.
Well,
Sunday
Finn
through
got
Saturday.
to walk on the reservoir.
Finn
today.
got to walk in the reservoir today. Sorry,
By
Bryn.
the fountain.
World enough anywhere with you by my side halfway through love's day. We pause watching as the time passes by. Love's enough as the waters rise on the sand, on the shrinking shore. We walk side by side with hand held in hand. Love's enough to fill up all our day. Only love's enough for us. Love's enough to help us wend our way, and it's in our love we will trust. Time's too short, we will never sing all our song. It's there among the leaves that change, sighing as the wind moves them on. Love's enough to fill up all our day. Only love's enough for us. Love's enough to help us wend our way, and it's in our love we trust. Love's enough, lasting through the hours of our day, hours that pass us by. These dreams, lovely as they fall, soft away.
nice,
I kind
new,
of spaced out.
fresh ending. Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
spacey.
it. Very nice.
Yeah.
So, let's see.
Here's
Aunt
the
Rel
song.
and Uncle Joe are watching.
Uh-huh.
And
They saw that too.
hi, Judy. Hi,
Hi, Judy.
Girlie. Hey, Michael. Oh, I think I said hello to Michael, but here you are again, Michael. Thank you for joining us, everybody. And drop us a line if you're watching so we know that you are there.
Here's a song from
Hey,
Martha.
Jane. Song for my mother.
Waters all the ferns inside the old bookstore. Emily, 1, 2, 3, dusts the books and sweeps across the oaken floor. There's nothing more. She grins at Mrs. Riley and she's out the door. Riley watches till she's gone. Down the street, Emily finds the bank as oftentimes she's done before. Emily strains to see fingerprints on windows and the big brass door. A special chore, although she cleans them every day, there's always more. Bankers laugh, she doesn't understand. Sounds of hungry engines fill the city street. She sings the only song she's ever known. She sings her Jesus loves me as she drags her feet. She sings her Jesus loves me all alone. Emily longs to see all the smiling shopkeepers that once she knew. Emily wearily calls on all the stores along the avenue. Some are new, old and friendly faces now have grown so few. She waits, then she slowly shuffles on. The sounds of hungry engines fill the city street. She sings the only song she's ever known. She sings her Jesus loves me as she drags her feet. She
Mom.
Yeah. So, and this next song is a song I wrote one day when I was sitting behind my desk with the fan on in the middle of the winter with the wind blowing through the remnants of my hair. Thinking, I'd like to not be in the middle of winter correcting papers right now. I'd like to be on the beach. Sinking in a daydream as the chords fall from a sweet guitar, dreaming songs that make me sigh. The sea breeze that surrounds me whispers softly, tells us where we are, makes me feel alright. Water, sky, and the ocean sand, we sit together, side by side. Then in a while, the edges fade into white and tan. It feels so right. Drifting back as the music plays. Sun warms your senses, close your eyes. Sounds of the guitar, of the wind and the ocean spray, and the seabirds' haunting cry. Water, sky, and the ocean sand, we sit together, side by side. Then in a while, the edges fade into white and tan. It feels so right. Your hair falls all down your skin, past your shoulders, summer brown. Arms reaching out, pull me back where it all begins. I awaken, then I drown. On the border of the water, sky, and the ocean sand, we sit together, side by side. Then in a while, the edges fade into white and tan. It feels so right. Sinking in a daydream as the chords fall from a sweet guitar, dreaming songs that make me sigh. A pencil and some paper, a table chair, and this old guitar, still standing by.
Well, that was gorgeous, honey.
Well, thanks.
Nice
yeah,
solo.
that was that was kind of fun.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I like that. That's one of the better solos that I played lately on that song.
Yes. So while Kurt's going to swap guitars before to play, I'm going to read his poem first, but I wanted to just tell you about Joe Giglio's show today. Joe, what was that song? I can't remember whose song it was, but it's the first time I heard it. It had to do with somebody who doesn't love her
That's a lot of songs.
her baby anymore. No, I had something about
There's a lot of broken hearts in popular music.
A low-cut sweater and the
Ooh.
what was it? The stripes were yellow or very yellow.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, that's it,
That
yeah.
that was such a great song, and boy, did you play that so beautifully. That
Yes.
really
Yeah.
was so
Yeah,
nice.
it was beautiful.
So, folks, check out Joe Giglio's show on Sundays at 2 o'clock, live on Facebook. You can go to Joe Giglio's page. It's Joe, Giglio, and find his shows there. And he archives them there, too. Okay, you may speak.
So I found a real gem today. This is a great one, and I know a lot of people know Robert Browning, but this is Elizabeth Barrett Browning. I believe a sister, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Huh?
Speak up.
Oh, okay, sure. And so anyway, I found this. And what's remarkable about it? It was written in 1860 in England, and she's kind of handing it to us and saying that there's this oligarchical drive in our culture somehow. And in 1860, I don't know how she dreamed this up. It's structured a little bit like the Declaration of Independence in that she tells the story and why she's telling, so what her motivation is, and then at the end of the poem, which I'm not going to read because it's very long, she has kind of a laundry list of grievances, which if you look at the Declaration of Independence, Jefferson says what he needs to say, and then he lists his grievances against the king. I don't think that that's purposeful. I think it's just an interesting kind of accident. And now this is called A Curse for a Nation by Elizabeth Barrett Browning. I heard an angel speak last night, and he said, "Write a nation's curse for me and send it over the western sea." I faltered, taking up the word. "Not so, my lord. If curses must be, choose another to send thy curse against my brother, for I am bound by gratitude, by love and blood, to brothers of mine across the sea who stretch out kindly hands to me." "Therefore," the voice said, "shalt thou write my curse tonight. From the summits of love a curse is driven as lightning is from the tops of heaven." "Not so," I answered. "Evermore my heart is sore for my own land's sins, for little feel of children bleeding along the street, for parked up honors that gainsay the right of way, for almsgiving through a door that is not open enough for two friends to kiss, for love of freedom, which abates beyond the straits, for patriot virtue starved to vice on self-praise, self-interest, and suspicion, for an oligarchical parliament and bribes well meant. What curse to another land assign when heavy souled for the sins of mine? Therefore," the voice said, "shalt thou write my curse tonight, because thou hast strength to see and hate the foul thing done within thy gate." "Not so," I answered once again. "To curse, choose men. For I, a woman, have only known how the heart melts and the tears run down. Therefore, the voice said, shall thou write my curse tonight? Some women weep and curse, I say, and no one marvels night and day, and thou shalt take their part tonight. Weep and write. A curse from the depths of womanhood is very salt and bitter and good. So thus I wrote, and mourned indeed what all may read, and thus, as was enjoined on me, I sent it over the western sea. In the last part, she lists her complaints, and the complaints are pretty much these: that she has the against herself. She says she has the strength to see, yet really does nothing to stop hate, either from across the sea or from her own country, which she mentions in the poem. And she also is talking about, for the curse, which she calls the creating of bond slaves out of free people, by which I think she means sharecropping. And in England especially, the corn laws were passed around, about 30, 40 years before this, and it drove a lot of English farmers into starvation. And also because she talks about her God, but she's asked to write this first, but she helps to create martyrs. And finally, and this is the one that really struck me, because she, and by extension others, do nothing while kings conspire and while leaders of parliament all want to be oligarchs. And I think when she says parliament, I think she means the word broadly, including our quote-unquote parliament. Interesting poem. I guess it deserves a couple of readings, but I was just surprised to find something like this from 1860 that spoke so much to our divided nation today.
Elizabeth Barrett Browning.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Oops, sorry, Bryn.
Whoops,
Oh,
that was
poor
Brynhild
me.
jumping up because unfortunately
I dropped the poem.
The poem landed on her.
A piece of paper.
Scared her half to death.
Come here, sweetie. Come on.
So we have good news about next week.
Oh yeah, do we ever?
Yes, we've invited
Sorry,
another
Bryn.
guest to join us, and he graciously accepted. And his name is Don Sparks. And you can find out more about him at donsparks.bandcamp.com. But he's an amazing songwriter, besides the fact that he's very, very tall.
And Don is also an actor. An actor who's had some
too,
success.
yes.
He's a character actor, and we actually saw him. We saw him on a TV movie that was on. It was on PBS, I think. It was called The Poisoner. And so Don is an accomplished man. And I'll tell you, the first time I heard Don Sparks, we used to do a thing called Acoustic Thursday, and we had something like, I don't know how many, something like about 500 or 600 different people go through that show over a period of 8 years. We did it every Thursday night. And I'll never forget Don Sparks, because I knew from the first 2 minutes that this was one of the best songwriters I was likely to ever book into that series. And a couple of people have recorded his songs. I mean, he's sentimental. He has beautiful control of language, and you're gonna love Don Sparks. So tune in next week, and I know you won't be disappointed. It's gonna be really lovely. And that brings us to what, honey? The grain in the whiskey. Yeah. Are you ready?
That didn't sound right. Okay, that's because you were playing it.
That's right. Yes. Okay. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. She was a soft-hearted woman with a taste for the bottle. I scorned her and drove her away. She just sat there drinking and dreaming of her north country so far away. first time I saw her by the banks of my river, she looked like an angel so pure. My heart sprouted wings as it struggled beside her, and the oaths of young lovers we swore. By in the green days of summer, by the banks of my river, through the orchards and vineyards we'd stray. But at night in the taverns we drank till we stumbled, our own separate ways. As the years pass, it all seems sublime, where the river of myth meets the river of time. Is it all lost as it goes down the line? Like the grain in the whiskey, like the grapes in the wine. I thought she'd go north then, to the land of her fathers, where the white water rushes so cold. But for her there's one river, that's the river of whiskey, that runs through her trembling soul. She works in the tavern by the banks of my river. I once stopped, she still looks so fine, and the face of a farm girl from some now distant century seemed lost in a river of time. Sometimes when I'm lonely, I walk by the river, that old northbound drifter rolls by. My eyes glimpse a bottle that floats on the water. I remember that girl with a sigh. As the years pass, it all seems sublime, where the river of myth meets the river of time. Is it all lost as it goes down the line? Like the grain in the whiskey, like the grapes in the wine. Like the grain in the whiskey, like the grapes in the wine. The grain in the whiskey, the grapes in the wine.
Yeah.
I looked down my window, and what did I find? Snow was on the rooftop, pretty women on the line. Long after midnight and long before day, just picked up this old guitar to make a song to drive my blues away. Just a maverick child, I'm young and running wild. Remember that you once were just the same. I ain't got nobody now to show me around from right. All my wisest teachers were just a stumbling in the night. And I ain't got nobody now to show me right from wrong. It's all the same to sit this way and watch my shadow dancing on the wall. 'Cause I'm just a maverick child, like to rent a $15 room and lie awake all night. If my habit is worse than whiskey, and supposing that you're right, at least it helps to drive away the things that come and stare at me all night. 'Cause I'm just a maverick child. I'm young and running wild. Remember that you once were just the same. Take it, baby. Once there was a blue-eyed boy with golden curly hair. His mama sang him songs and then she sent him off to bed. And now he sits in silence and he listens to the night, staring at the ceiling while he tries to freeze his fancies in their flight. He's just a maverick child. He's young and running wild. Remember that you once were just the same. I looked out my window. What did I find? Snow was on the rooftop. Pretty women on my mind.
Yeah, David Ray.
David Ray. Yeah, David Ray was a guitarist for Ian and Sylvia, and some other well-known acoustic acts of the late '60s. The album Maverick Child, sad to say, is out of print. Neither vinyl nor CD. It's one of the best folk music albums I've ever heard, and David Ray is one of the finest songwriters. It's just an incredible shame that he seems to be completely forgotten.
Can you hear him on YouTube? Can you?
It's even hard to find my YouTube. There is a somebody plays a record. It's part of the record of I'm trying to think what the name of the record was. Maybe it was Maverick Child, but it's kind of scratchy. You know, it's kind of hard to listen to.
All right, there he goes again. You can guess what he's doing. He's going to get his cherry red guitar back. So I'll tell you about our band, Dog Nose. We have a band called Kurt Henry and Dog Nose. You can go to our website, dognoseband.com, dog Knows. And on that website, we have our calendar for any shows that are coming up. And we also have CDs for sale. Woo, that's loud. CDs for sale, so you can purchase a CD, and what we do is we match the price, and we give that money to a local food pantry. So please check out our website, find interesting things there. And thanks to all of you who joined us. Thanks for sharing our show, sharing our posts.
Sorry about the noise.
And no, you're not.
No, I had to get some dirt, and I want to get a little dirt in my guitar for this last song.
Okay.
So this song is by, I want to tell you, one of my favorite songwriters. I just love him. I just finished a biography, although he's still alive. You know, I guess it's an ongoing story. John Hiatt, man, I think he's one of the greatest songwriters in rock and roll history. This is a guy who's written R&B songs, country songs, rock and roll songs. It's just incredible, the variety of songwriting and the beauty of his lyrics. So this is called Baby Blue. flower home. Keep on talking to you, my baby blue, my baby blue. I keep on calling to you, my baby blue, my baby blue. We discovered love in the basements of some of my best friends. I'll never see again. I keep on calling to you, my baby blue, my baby blue. Keep on calling to you, my baby blue, my baby blue. Oh, so warm and oh, so tender, almost hurts too much to remember, as if the weight of your head on my shoulder by itself would leave us older. If I could get it right, I'd be with you tonight, out among the stars. Is that where you are? I keep calling to you, my baby blue, my baby blue. Keep on calling to you, my baby blue, my baby blue. I keep on calling to you, my baby blue, my baby blue. I keep on calling to you, my baby blue, my baby blue. Take it, baby. Go.
Yeah. Well, folks, thank you so much for joining us. It's our pleasure to have you here. Please come back next week and hear our special guest, Don Sparks. I guess all our special guests have to either be named David or Dave, or their first name has to start with a D. I'm not sure, but so far that's what we've got. Ruthie, we're having fun. We're glad to entertain everybody. Thank you. Thanks, Jane. It's fun seeing those pictures of you today. Thanks, Kristen and Stuart. Appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much for joining us.